Georgetown University in Qatar takes its duty of care to its community very seriously, and this short presentation is intended to give the necessary information to help you protect yourself and improve your chances of surviving an active threat event. While Qatar is one of the safest countries in the world and the odds of being involved in an active threat event are very slim, it is important you know what to do. Troubled people often lash out in violent ways, and it's something everyone needs to be prepared for. Having a plan could make all the difference. We can define an active threat as an individual actively engaged in wanting to harm or attempting to harm people in a confined area. Prevention is always better than cure, so it's best to start by considering how we, as a community, can improve our situational awareness and recognize the signs of a potential threat event. The key phrase to remember is, if you see something, say something. Inform a trusted member of staff or security immediately. We all have an inbuilt sixth sense that notices when things seem out of place. Learn to trust it. It is correct more often than not. Whether it's a suspicious-looking package or a bag left unattended, a motor vehicle parked in a strange location, or person loitering, paying unusual attention to the buildings or asking unusual questions beyond casual interest about guards or procedures, for example, or maybe taking photos or notes. Remember, if you see something, say something. Inform security or a trusted member of staff immediately. While threats can come from outside our community, they can also emerge from people within the environment you work or study. So learn to look for the following warning signs. Anger. Loses temper or self-control easily. Harbors a grudge against a real or imagined grievance or perceived injustice. Can't handle criticism. Troubling behavior. Obsession. Unwelcome romantic gestures or stalking. Expresses extreme political or ideological views. Violence. Threatens to harm themselves or others, either direct, veiled, conditional, or vague. Troubling or violent behavior. Preoccupation with firearms, weapons, or violent events. Shows empathy towards those who commit violence. Authority. Complains about being persecuted or some injustice or favor. Challenges or resists authority and violates rules. Recently dismissed. Personal problems, financial debt, romantic breakup, or family bereavement. Mental state. Irrational or abnormal behavior. Abuses drugs or alcohol. Paranoia. Everyone is out to get them. Severe mood swings. Depression or suicidal tendencies. Remember, if you see something, say something. Inform security or a trusted member of staff immediately. If you are ever to find yourself in the middle of an active threat event, your very survival might depend on whether or not you have a plan. The plan doesn't have to be complicated. There are 3 things that you need to remember: run, hide, fight. The first and best option to survive is run. Get out at the nearest exit and get as far away from the threat as you can. Encourage others to leave with you, but don't let them slow you down with indecision. Remember what's important, you, not your stuff. So leave it and get out safely. Getting out of harm's way needs to be your number 1 priority. Do not activate the fire alarm. It may cause others to unknowingly run into the path of the threat. Once you are outside and a safe distance from the building, try to prevent others from entering the danger zone and call 999. If you can't get out safely, you need to find a place to hide. Act quickly and quietly. Try to secure your hiding place the best you can. Lock the door if possible and try to barricade it. Turn out the light. If you're in a room that doesn't lock, try to conceal yourself behind large hard objects that might protect you. Do your best to remain quiet and calm. The idea is to make it as hard as possible for the threat to see you, find you, or get to you. If there are a group of you, spreading out can make you a harder target if a firearm is involved. Silence your cell phone. As quietly as possible, call 999 for help. If running isn't an option, if hiding isn't an option, there is a final reaction to be used as a last resort: fight. Whether acting alone or together as a group, act with total, 100% physical aggression. Commit to taking the threat down no matter what. Use improvised weapons: a fire extinguisher, sharp pencil, box cutter, chair, hot coffee, scissors, anything. Focus on vulnerable body areas like the eyes, nose, throat, groin, and knees. When law enforcement does arrive, remember, their primary goal is to neutralize the threat as quickly as they can. They will treat everyone as a possible suspect, so keep your hands visible, your palms open, and follow their commands. Remember, be aware of your environment. Know your surroundings and where the nearest exits are. Look at the room you are in now. How would you get out? Where would you hide? What could you use as a weapon? The 3 key things you need to remember are run, hide, fight.